Let me start this video by saying I love the space that I have to create content. It's a weird way to start a video, but it'll make sense in just a moment. I have a mic that I've saved up for. I have a boom arm that I love. I have a mixer that is fantastic. And I have a monitor, camera mount, lights, everything. I love the space that I have. But the problem is, you heard me say all the things that I have that tie me to this desk. You know, there's things like microphones, cables, wires. I need a mixer, a USB interface, and lights, and so much more to create the content that I create right here in the studio. So as much as I love it, it is a set and forget type of setup. It's not one that I can pack up easily, move somewhere else, and create similar content. So I just not only rarely do it, I just never do it. I leave the stuff in place. Now, having said all that, this is the kind of gear and kind of equipment that I recommend to so many video content creators and podcasters. But I recognize that more and more of you are looking for mobile options, things that don't tie you to a certain location. Gear that you can throw in a backpack, take with you to record at your workplace, go to a guest's workplace, meet at a coffee shop, interview people on the streets. You're looking for something that's a little bit more mobile and potentially even wireless. So today, I want to show you a completely wireless option for podcasting and video content creation. Let's get into it. And here we are with a 100% wire-free, some would call that wireless, audio system for your podcast or your video content creation. Now, it looks like a legit microphone, a regular microphone, and to be honest, it is. Two things I want to point out. Number one, no wires. And number two, it's not really a regular microphone that I spent a lot of money on. What this is under this windscreen is the DJI Wireless Mic 1 system. Now, it's the first version of this I bought several years ago. It's still serving my purposes really well. You can tell the audio is crisp and clear, even with this thick blue windscreen on top of it, which, again, I'll show you that in just a moment. There is a DJI Wireless 2 system out that's going to cost you a little bit more, and there's a DJI Wireless Mini system that was just recently released that may cost you a little bit more than this system here. Now, let me just cut in here for a moment and say that while I am using the DJI Wireless Mic system in this video, this is not a sponsored video. This is not something that DJI sent me or asked me to review. This is a system that I purchased that I've used for years. In fact, you can look back on my channel and see other times where I've talked about this system. It has served me well, which is why I love this product, and I'm happy to talk about this product. But this product is not the only one on the market that will do what I'm talking about today. There's not only other versions of the DJI wireless mic, the mini version that they just released. There are Rode Wireless Go mics. There's a Sennheiser version. There's a PreSonus version. There are all sorts of brands that do what this can do, and even potentially even more affordable and budget-friendly options. But a caution as you look for a system like this that doesn't do what I promised you it will do in this video because you didn't do your research. Make sure you do the research and you buy a system, you pick up a system that this little device here, the transmitter, also works as a recorder. What I mean by that, this little device here, for many of these systems, is only a transmitter. It is a wireless device that will pick up the sound of your voice or anything else that you are trying to record, and it will send a signal to a receiver that you would have to plug into your camera to actually record the audio. This does that. It is a transmitter, but it's also a recorder in and of itself. So you can press record on the side of this little device, and it will record your audio directly on here. Now, you will need a USB for this particular system, a USB-C cable to get the audio from this into your computer so that you can edit and do whatever you need to do, sync it with your video, edit your podcast, whatever it is. Make sure you get a system. If you want it to be 100% wireless and not need the receiver, be sure you pick up a system, do your research that the transmitter also works as a recorder. That is one of the reasons that I picked up this DJI wireless mic system. It was about the only one on the market at the time that I purchased this several years ago that did that. Now I'm going to break away from this little segment and I'm going to cut back to the video that I had already recorded telling you about some of the features of this wireless audio system. This does have a clip. It does have a magnet as well that you can clip to your shirt, your hat. A lot of people will clip it up here on their hat. It's a great way to do it. But the closer you can get a microphone, this type of microphone, to your mouth, the better the audio will be. So you can hold this mic like this to talk into it, which would be fine. I've done that in so many videos for this channel and others. But if you want a traditional microphone look, you have options, which is why I wanted to show you this here. What I'm using now is actually 2 tripod extenders that I have bolted together in the middle. Let me show you this, see if you can see it here. Right here. Right there is the joint where these 2 things come together. And I built a bracket. It's just a metal piece that I have bent and I ran a screw through it and I used the DJI mic magnet to connect it. Let me show you. To this bracket. So you could use the mic just like this. I prefer to use it with a windscreen. Just like this to make it look more legit. Now you could mount this to an actual microphone stand so it looks like a legit podcast mic that you don't have to hold, that you don't like to move around. But here's the beauty of this, is it is mobile. It does give you a handle. It reduces the microphone, the handling noise that you might get if you were holding this and moving it back and forth between you and a guest or someone on the street that you're interviewing. But this, looking like a legit microphone, you can move, interview, and there's no, as you can hear, no handling noise associated with that. Now I recognize this is handmade. This was reliant on parts that I had in boxes here in my studio of spare parts. But there are legit options out there that you can buy, like this one here from Tonor, that you can see the DJI mic right there is clipped into the top of it. You can use it that way. It comes with the windscreen, a couple different colors. Now you have 2 microphones that you can use for you, a guest, or you, a host and a co-host on a podcast, or any video content in your home studio or out on the street. Let me know what you think of this 100% wireless audio system for your podcast or video setup. There's links in the description below. Leave your comments just below that, and I'll see you in the next video.